What's up, wrestling fans? My name is Joe Cronin. This is the Joe Cronin Show, of course, and some unfortunate news for Triple H. Obviously, Triple H has COVID. He will not be able to run Raw tonight. So, in Triple H's place, taking over, of course, is the Road Dogg, Jesse James, man. Road Dogg, Brian James. You know him. You love him. Thank God he's back in the WWE. Never should have been gone, but you know what I mean? The world... the gods work in mysterious ways, and they've brought him back to the company the way things are supposed to be. I think his value is unbelievable. I think the bad guys, that they would call them AEW or whatever, they took a huge loss by not acquiring this guy, because he knows how to run TV, he knows how TV works, and he knows it in a professional level at this point, and especially when it comes to wrestling as well. So tonight, Raw is in good hands. First of all, a lot of people are making a big deal about this. How's it going to be with Road Dogg running it? Road Dogg ran SmackDown for, I believe, over a year and a half to 2 years, if not, and then being the right-hand man. I mean, he's been involved in all this. He knows exactly how things work and how things go. So basically, Road Dogg is there to run the show, and most of the material has already been written. Regardless of who wrote it, who planned it, who came up with it, Road Dogg is just there to execute the plan. The plan has already been created, so there's probably very little, maybe a little bit, of decision-making by Road Dogg creatively as far as storyline maybe. But most of it is probably already set and created, and they've already gone with things, and he's on the phone with Hunter, potentially on the phone with Hunter during the show maybe. I don't know. But the bottom line is, listen, Road Dogg is, not only is Road Dogg capable of writing a whole show, working with a writing team and writing the show and then executing the show. So this is not a, what's different tonight, of course, it's 3 hours, it's on Road Dogg, and I bet you if you went back about a year and a half or so and told Road Dogg, hey, Road Dogg, not only are you going to be back in the WWE, but you're going to be running Raw a few times, and you're going to be in this position, and Vince is going to be gone. Like, it would be like, what? What are you talking about? But that being said, we wish Triple H all the best with the recovery, man. That is the biggest concern, is that Triple H be okay. He's got COVID. I'm sure he's going to, hopefully he's going to be fine. It's just he can't be around others, obviously, during this time. So tonight, the Road Dogg is running Raw, and I am not concerned whatsoever, because this guy knows his stuff. He knows what the hell he's doing. He's a great person. I can't think of anybody more deserving to be running this show and to feel more comfortable about it. If you told me that several other names maybe you'd be running it, I'd be like, wow, okay, that's different. But this guy knows. He knows how to run the team. And the plays have already been called by somebody else. So it's really about the timings, the commercial breaks, and all that sort of stuff, and working with talent, last minute things that go on. And so this is a no-brainer to me. And you wonder who the third person would be, the backup to the backup. And that's really what you got to get into. When you talk about football and you talk about a backup player, you talk about the New England Patriots losing their quarterback, Mac Jones, and then you talk about, Hoyer coming in, getting injured, and then all of a sudden Zappy comes in, third-string quarterback. Well, your second string, it looks like, is Road Dogg, and he's in. And that's the biggest thing about this is very telling, because we didn't know who the backup was really going to be to Triple H, but now you know. Now, I would have told you, in my opinion, it's Road Dogg. I would have said that. Road Dogg, Bruce Pritchard, people like that. And there's some other people that are probably, able to run the show as well that I don't even know about. So tonight's Monday Night Raw. I'm looking forward to it. Raw has been getting better. I can't believe it. After all these years, I've said it. Raw has been getting a 3 or a 4 out of 10 on my show for a long time, and recently Raw has made its way up to a 5 or a 6 out of 10 on this show. So hopefully it's good. And by the way, Road Dogg was the star of DX the last week, by the way. Road Dogg was killing me. Like this, he was cracking me up so hard, bro, and I can't even remember all the things he did, but just subtle comedic nuances that this guy was nailing. You know what I mean? Triple H is the boss man now, so he can't be as funny. He's more serious. I'm the game, and it's DX, and what's up? And Shawn Michaels is who he is now, And X-Pac needs a dog to come down to the ring. I love you, X-Pac. But Road Dogg, man, let me tell you something about Road Dogg. You can take the road out of the dog. You can take the dog out of the dog, but you can't take the doggy style out of the dog, because he was hilarious last week. Absolutely unbelievable. The only thing that Monday Night Raw is missing is live on the USA Network. It's Monday Night Raw. I'm Joe Cronin alongside Wade Barrett and whoever else, and we're ready to bring you the commentary that you're looking for, because, man, the commentary is still suffering. Now, listen. Kevin Patrick is wonderful. I like him. He's safe. He's pretty good. Brian Saxton, I've been saying it for 3 years. Get Brian Saxton out of there and into the backstage, because Brian Saxton is one of the best backstage interviewers. He does a great job at that. Well, they did it. They moved him to the back. But I think Kevin Patrick might be similar. I think he is another guy who is really good in the back and good at other things, but he's not the main commentator of the show. You need somebody that pops out, that brings that drama, that brings that passion and almost a character, like a voice that explodes, somebody who feels excited. I don't know why, but it just feels generic with Kevin Patrick there. He's good and he's great and stuff, but he's not Jim Ross. He's not anybody like that. He's not even Vince McMahon. You know, Vince McMahon was wonderful. Jim Ross was wonderful. Gordon Soley was wonderful. You know, Mauro Ranallo would be a great choice. But, you know, it's got to be somebody who pops. You know, Mauro Ranallo would be great. The problem with Mauro Ranallo is you never know when he's going to just ditch you all of a sudden. Yes, he's got a wonderful voice and all kinds of things. And listen, I appreciate over the years that people used to be like, what are you trying to be, Mauro Ranallo? No, this is how I've always called wrestling. I've always called wrestling with excitement and with this sort of intensity. That's how I've always wanted to do it. I didn't even know who Mauro Ranallo was 7 years ago. So the fact, or maybe it was 8 years ago now. I mean, the years are starting to go by very quickly. But the bottom line is they need somebody who pops out, that connects with the audience, and they just don't really have that. They have generic commentators who can't pop out. Corey Graves is wonderful as well, but again, just not that 8. I'm looking for top notch. I'm looking for 8, 9, and 10. Corey Graves, 100% professional, really good guy, nails it a lot of times, 7 out of 10, but I'm looking for an 8, 9, or 10 person behind that microphone. I'm looking for a guy who commits to being the heel if he wants to be a heel. I'm looking for a guy who's a bit off if he wants to be off. I'm not looking for a guy like Corey Graves to say, well, you know how bad I am. You know, it's like, why did you call yourself bad? And I forget the real words that he used last week or the week before. He said, you know how terrible I am, or something like that. Can you, like, for me to say this, it's like, so you just called yourself terrible? I would never hear Bobby the Brain Heenan say, well, you know how terrible I am, Monsoon, and the fact that I don't like this guy. Why are you telling me that? You shouldn't be saying that. You know, Michael Cole should be saying that. Well, I got to be honest, Corey, I'm surprised to hear you say that with how terrible you usually are. Even Corey Graves sitting here with me, can't get behind the things that the Judgment Day are doing. And then Corey can say, well, I resent what you just said, but, what telling it like it is a problem? I tell it like it is. It doesn't matter. What do you think about me? You know, and they can have this banter back and forth, but they don't do that because nobody has the ability to do it, or nobody wants to do it. I don't know what it is, but I just don't like it. In my opinion, I would love to be the heel on commentary. It would be super entertaining to have somebody who was actually like kind of a piece of garbage at ringside, to be honest. Or somebody who could just call the matches with excitement and intensity and a different voice instead of sounding like the video game commentary, because that's what they sound like, is the video game commentary. No disrespect to anybody. I'm just telling it like it is, or like I see it, and like many people see it. That being said, Monday Night Raw tonight is in great hands with the Road Dogg. It's going to be fine. I hope Triple H is okay. I hope he recovers very quickly. We love these guys. We love you all. And I hope we're entertained by Monday Night Raw tonight. Hope you guys all have a good night. Leave me a comment down below. Feel free to leave a super thanks if you want to support the channel, or leave a like, or become a patron. And, of course, I will be live right here to review Monday Night Raw as soon as Raw goes off the air. My name is Joe Cronin. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you tonight live. Here's some other videos popping up right now that you might have missed. You know how the YouTube algorithm is. You might have missed something. Click on these, binge my channel, and be obsessed. Email me, joecroninshow@yahoo.com, or message me on Instagram, Facebook, or wherever you can. And, of course, I'm banned on Twitter. So, Merry Christmas to me. We'll see you tonight.